Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout Speed Round, where we answer a quick question every day to keep our group chat fun going all week long. So recently my phone started telling me that it was almost out of space, so I had to take off all the photos and videos from my phone, which didn't free up as much space as I thought it would. I also took off some apps, but anyway, so I moved most of the photos, well, all of them, over to my laptop, and I really didn't go through them and pick out the ones that were worth saving, because, who has time for that nonsense? So now I just have a bazillion photos on my top, which may or may not be of any interest to anyone in the future. I mean, I try when I am taking pictures, like if I just take something, screenshot something for reference or whatever, I try to delete it later so I don't end up saving it for all time. But that doesn't always happen. So it makes me feel like a bit of a hoarder. So and we got to talking about this too because of Terry's need to save every audio file we've produced in like thousands of podcasts.
Yeah, I only cleaned them out when first I was using Dropbox, and Dropbox got filled up just from downloading everybody's audio file for any given podcast. Because, Catherine, you have 3, of which I only really need 1. Nicole sends me 2. I have 2. Really, I need, out of these 7, I need 3. But I saved the other ones just in case I need to pick up something from one or the other. It never happens, but it could happen.
Right.
It's not impossible. So now I'm using my iCloud folders to put them in. And every now and then it fills up, and then I have to go through and purge all of those. So it does get cleaned out, as with your phone. When things fill up, you have to go through and actually do some de-hoarding. But
de-hoarding.
It used to be with computers, with laptops, or whatever computer you had. Every time you got a new computer, it was like a clean slate, and you would say, this time I am not going to save stuff, and I'm not going to fill it up with junk, and I am going to clean it, I'm going to keep it nice and trim. But now, at least with the Macs, all your stuff is in the cloud, so it follows you onto every device. And you never have that clean slate, I guess, unless you don't want to use the cloud, but I do. But it means that all the documents, stuff I had piled up on my old computer, it followed me to the new computer. And I still don't want to go through. So I have, every now and then I'm looking for something. It's when you're looking for something that you realize you have 5 million files on your computer, 4,999,000 of which you are never going to look at again. And yet you can't quite bear to throw it away. Because what if you did?
What if?
It's not impossible. I don't know what this is, but I might need it. So I am very bad, and emails, Gmail has like this unlimited capacity, so there's really no incentive to throw stuff away, and so it's just thousands and thousands and thousands of messages to be a haystack when I'm looking for that needle.
But at least you can search it digitally.
I can, and yet I often find that that's not as useful as I would like it to be. Google seems to have a generous interpretation of whatever my search thing is. Hey, it's a word in the third paragraph of this email. Here, is this what you want?
Right.
No. So I think there are ways to be specific, but so yes, I'm a hoarder in this as in everything else, and the constant widening of the amount of crud we're allowed to drag along with us through the world is probably not an entirely good thing. And yet, it will keep widening.
And here we are.
I am sure. Nicole, do you have neat and trim digital collections of items?
Well, don't you remember when I told you I have 9 screens of apps?
Okay, all right, never mind. Move along.
I do not use folders for.
You must have a crazy amount of storage on your phone, because I periodically have to go in and prune apps to gain space.
I prune my messages. That's the big one. Yeah. That's the one that takes
take a lot of room.
All the room. So I cut back on my messages constantly.
What if I need to refer back?
And and I what else do I do? No, so my phone, it's mostly my messages that gets used up really quickly. On my Mac, I'm constantly having to prune because I need to free up space on my Mac.
Yeah.
And so then I take my files. I'm pretty hardcore with my files. Like if I haven't, looked at them in a while or know that I have no need for them, I'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
My documents and stuff. And of course I don't have any media on it other than my iTunes account. So I don't keep videos and things like that on there. And yeah, most of my space is taken up by photos. Those darn photos.
Do you ever go through and ditch any photos?
I don't. There's just too many now. Like I've got like 30,000.
Yeah, it gets to the point with all of this stuff that, yes, you recognize you have a problem and you need to get rid of stuff, but where do you even start?
Oh, it would take like a year to get rid of them all. And I don't like getting rid of photos. That's one thing that I don't like doing. So I actually, what did I do? There was one point I did go through and delete some photos, but I backed them up on a hard drive and then put them in Dropbox.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I keep my Mac pretty. It's not tidy, but it's pretty thin. So yeah,
none of my stuff is tidy anymore. The cloud has destroyed that for me.
Yeah,
but
I have everything. 15-year-old emails, but I might need it. So.
That's true. I wonder if, like, every day you found some useless item on each of your devices and got rid of it, if that would make any difference, or if you're adding 5 or 10 every day.
It would be like when they say, if you pay the minimum on this credit card, it will be 110 years.
I fear that is so.
Oh, dear.
So we just choose to remain forever in debt rather than start to pay back, even in a tiny way.
Well... That's it, I think, for today's speed round. Come back tomorrow for another question and visit parentingroundabout.com for all of our group chats and other weekly episodes.
More audio files.